Hi guys, so I wanted to quickly do this before I go shopping. We've done a couple of, I think, very important defending Elvis videos concerning Donna Presley standing up to the Smiths. Don't really want to go into it because we spent well over 2 hours talking about it. Please go and watch them. It's part 1 and part 2. I'm not spending all my time talking about the Smiths, so I need to move on. Yeah. I want to get this done. This is part 2. The Late Late Show. Is Priscilla Presley drunk? Let me shut that door. I don't want no interruptions. So I'm going to shut this door. Come on, in you go. In, in. We've got about half an hour before I go shopping. Is the Priscilla Presley drunk topic. I know it's not for everyone. But guys, it matters to me because I think that the 3 interviews she did in the UK, she was drunk. Yeah, if not drunk, tipsy. I've had other reports that Priscilla likes the vodka. It's just an opinion for entertainment purposes. I don't know if it's true. It could be just bullshit. It's just a discussion program on YouTube for entertainment purposes, not factual. But I will say, when it was said to me about over a week ago, and I thought I'd been checking Priscilla, obviously, as she goes around trying to push the sales of this book that seems to have flopped. Softly as I leave you, softly as I lie to you. I think lying about people, trashing Elvis, Lisa, Michael Jackson, Ginger Alden, and other people. She hardly talks of her daughter, not properly, not in the way that she should. She talks a lot about Navarone. Navarone is the clear favourite. When I started watching this after someone said to me that she has a problem with drinking before these shows, which I wasn't sure if that was true, I started looking for it. So when I watched this show and I watched part 1, I thought, bloody hell, there could be some truth to this. She actually does look drunk. She's not very clear in what she's saying. She's looking around. Her eyes are a bit goggle-eyed. She just doesn't seem alert and with it, and her responses. Guys, she seems drunk. So, when I say drunk, I don't mean out of it, like, oh my God, pissed right up. I mean, at the very least, tipsy. Yeah. So it isn't just about how the condition she's in now. Obviously, that will affect how she answers questions. It's also, let's listen to the second part of this interview, because I feel that she's using the book to rewrite history, to tell lies, to reinvent the truth, to trick and brainwash the public. The public seem to just go along with whatever she says. Hang on every word she says and believe every word she says. The public are quite fickle. The public around the world only seem to look at the surface of things. They don't look beneath the surface. Now, the Elvis fans, true Elvis fans that really care, they make the effort. They take the time to break this open, what Priscilla says, and try and understand. And I think a fan that does their research will know there's a lot of lies and brainwashing, spoon feeding of bullshit in both her books. Yeah, the 1985 book and the most recent book. Yeah, you have to be careful, guys. She's playing a clever game. She knows most people go along with it, don't question her. She knows the interviewers around the world, including this man here on the Late Late Show, just bow down to her as if she's Elvis. Wherever she goes, she is treated like Elvis. Yeah, which is crazy. Elvis would be spinning in his grave if he knew the kind of attention that Priscilla Presley gets. She's not even a Presley, is she? She's Bulow. Yeah, Priscilla Bulow. She should have given up that name. In fact, she did give it up briefly and then took it back after Vernon Presley died, Elvis's father. So, guys, everything Priscilla says, I take with a pinch of salt. The general public believe she is a victim, that Elvis was the bad guy. They are wrong. The public don't remember that she was unfaithful many times to Elvis. that she demanded a divorce from Elvis. The general public still see her as his widow, or as if she was still married to him, to Elvis, when he was still alive. It's crazy. When he died, they were still married. It's bullshit. She was never a widow. She divorced Elvis 4 years before he died. She had multiple lovers whilst she was married. Within a year of the marriage, Elvis's marriage, she'd been unfaithful with the dance instructor whilst Lisa Marie was a baby. So don't be tricked, guys. Don't be conned. Do some research. Understand what's going on here. There's a 50-year game being played here. We have been tricked into thinking that the reason we remember Elvis is because of Priscilla. The reason Gracelands was saved and opened as a museum is because of Priscilla. It's bullshit, but the public won't question it. The interviewers on these different news programs just go along with it. It's shocking, guys. It's the biggest con in history. So I'm going to play the last 10 minutes of this interview. We've already done part 1. This is part 2. Let me know in the comments, do you think Priscilla has had a few vodkas, guys? Let's keep going.
So I joined a dance class and became obsessed with dance classes, and would go almost every night. And then we did shows, and
Don't forget, she was unfaithful with the dance instructor. Okay, guys? She admits it on page 262 of this book, and she calls him Mark, but it's actually called, his real name is Steve Peck. He was a much older man.
really liked it. I liked the freedom of being able to do what I like to do. And I loved,
Yeah, so basically shag around, because I'm very blunt in my review of Priscilla. She fancied other men. She wanted fame. She wanted fortune. She wanted to travel, to see the world, to be famous in her own right, to be on TV and movies and magazines and tabloids and the money that comes with that. And she didn't want it in the shadow of Elvis. She wanted it for herself. So she has concocted this story of, oh my God, I was a prisoner. I was groomed and controlled. I had no life. I had to leave Elvis to break free. It's bullshit. She wanted a different life than the one that she had. She had a lovely life. She was with Elvis. They had a child. They had a home. They were a small family. That's all you need in life, isn't it? When I met my wife, we work, we have children, we have a home, and that is our life. And then we go from there. We had more children. She didn't want that. When she just had Lisa and Elvis and a beautiful home, obviously she was married to a rock and roll superstar who had to go away a lot. I accept Elvis was no angel. He made mistakes as well. He was unfaithful as well later. Yeah. And maybe when they first met, because when they first met, when she first moves to America, when she's nearly 18, to Gracelands, Elvis lived as a single man at first for 2 or 3 years at least. Elvis wasn't ready to settle down and get married, have kids. She knew that when she first moved to Gracelands. She knew the lifestyle Elvis was living. Once they got engaged and got married, Elvis tried to be faithful, tried to be loyal. But then within a year, she's unfaithful. Within months of Lisa Marie being born, she is unfaithful. She does it all again 18 months later with Mike Stone, the karate champion. So guys, we're all tricked into thinking everything that went wrong was Elvis's fault. It's not true, guys. We're being conned and tricked. We're being brainwashed. The public have been very gullible. So have the interviewers. Let's keep going. This interviewer is going to treat Priscilla as if she is Elvis. He will also treat Priscilla as if every word she says is total truth. And it is not. The interviewer here is being lied to. This book is full of lies, contradictions, stories that keep changing. Priscilla keeps changing her story.
I love being part of the troupe.
And this is really the heart of the book, isn't it? You know, that idea that you loved Elvis as much the day you left him as you did whenever you got with him.
Mm-hmm.
That's the heart of the trick, the con. It's not true. She had many, many long-term lovers, many. One of them even abused her daughter, Lisa Marie, allegedly. She was with Marco Garibaldi for over 20 years. Don't be conned. All this, he's the love of my life. I want to be buried near him. Don't fall for it. She wants to be buried at Graceland, so she's remembered forever.
But you had to leave. How hard was that decision?
She didn't have to leave. She chose to leave because she wanted a different life.
Very hard. Very hard.
Now look at her facial expressions, guys. I'm telling you, she's drunk.
I had to find myself. I was totally lost in who I was, because I was always associated to Elvis, with Elvis. So
That's such rubbish. It's really, why do the public fall for this? I'm married. I got 5 kids. I don't see that my life is totally associated with my wife, and vice versa. I don't see that my life, her life, is totally associated with Louis. Get it? This is a con. This is how to get the public on her side. Oh no, you were with Elvis. It must have been so tough living in a mansion, having as much money as you could ever dream of, having anything that you could ever dream of, as much freedom, because this woman had as much freedom as she ever wanted, including her own car, including seeing other men, one of them secretly for a year. Could you imagine how much freedom you have to see a man for a year behind Elvis's back? Think about it, guys. Don't be tricked.
I decided, I have to go find myself. I have to
go find myself. She left Elvis, I think, I'm trying to remember the age now. I have a feeling it was 26 or 27. Since when do you have to go and find yourself? When you're 27. Bearing in mind, she didn't move over to Graceland till she was nearly 18. Yeah, she had a very full life before she moves over to Graceland. She had other boyfriends, go and find the book Child Bride. This young lady had a lot of fun before she eventually moves over to Graceland.
I have to really do what I like to do. It was, with the guys and everything, was with everything.
So I had to really do what I like to do. What does that mean? So does that mean up until 18 years old, you didn't do what you like to do, even though you would, even with Elvis then? Because she only briefly met him for a matter of months in Germany. They were just friends whilst he was serving for his country in 1959 in the army. She gives the impression she was 14 when she got with him. She was not. They were just friends. Then she didn't see him for years. But now she has to go and find herself. Elvis was away a lot. Filming, he was doing 2 to 3 movies a year through the 60s. But she has to go and find herself. Elvis was doing his tours, concert tours in the 70s. But she had to go and find herself. She had as much freedom as she wanted. Family and friends were visiting. She had loads of family, Presley family at Graceland and whichever home they were at. Other secret boyfriends. Get it? Her parents could visit. Her sister and brother could visit. Oh, but I had to go and find myself. It's a con, guys. Don't be fooled.
Elvis wanted to do. We followed, where'd he go. But I was losing out on...
No, they didn't follow. If anything, Elvis made it quite clear whilst he was working, he didn't think it was a place for Lisa Marie to be, for children. So again, we all followed Elvis around like sheep. No, the ones that did follow him around worked for him. The Memphis Mafia worked for him. Get it? Billy Smith worked for him.
I was only 16, 17, 18.
Well, she needs to get the age right. She wasn't 16. She was at the end, the later part of, she was nearer 18. So with 16, she didn't see Elvis. Most of 17, she didn't see Elvis. When she got nearer to 18, this is the trickery, guys. This guy's not going to question it. This guy wouldn't have done any research. So he just goes along with it.
I was losing friendship. I had no one really to talk to and to...
More rubbish. More rubbish. The house was a hive of activity. A hive of activity. friends, family, the wives of all of the Memphis Mafia and the Presleys. There was a lot of people coming and going. Her brother, her sister, so many people were able to visit. She had total freedom. Don't fall for it, guys.
Be around other women. But I have to say, we still stayed very much in touch with each other.
And I know you were...
Well, maybe at first, after the first divorce, but on the second divorce settlement where she completely ripped him off, no, I don't believe they were friends. Yes, Elvis was civil, so in the face of it, he would be good and kind for Lisa, yeah, for the public. But behind the scenes, she was trying to take his home. She was trying to take Graceland. She had a debt, a lien placed on Graceland, Elvis's home. So I don't think they were really close friends. This is what Priscilla wants us to believe. They were really close. I'm not saying they weren't close sometimes. I'm sure they had some good times. But generally, they were arguing over Lisa and money.
worried about him close to the end.
I was very worried about him.
So she was very worried about him close to the end. Remember, she hardly saw him. She didn't live with Elvis. She'd moved out in around 72. She was gone. Elvis died in 77. She only really saw him if she took Lisa there, because obviously Elvis had joint custody. A lot of the time, she didn't take Lisa. A lot of the time, Lisa Marie was dropped off. The driver took Lisa. The driver collected Lisa. I challenge you to prove to me that she saw Elvis regularly after they divorced. I challenge you. I don't think she saw hardly any of him. Do I think she was aware that he was unwell? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I think she knew.
Yes. As we all, many, I don't know if all of us know, but he started taking pills.
No mention of how sick he was. Remember, let's call him an addict. Let's treat him like an addict. Let's act like the pills were to get high and stoned. How about Elvis was seriously sick, turned to his doctor for help, and his doctor prescribed him many pills for many health problems. Yes, very strong pills. Side effects. Possible, some of them had addictive qualities. But he was sick. She doesn't. Will she go into the fact that he was very sick, very unwell? His body was letting him down. He could not sleep. He had the worst case of insomnia. Serious stuff going wrong with his body. This is in the later part of his life, after 40. Yeah. Let's see if she says it, or let's see if she gives the impression that he was a pill popper that wanted to get stoned. Let's see if she treats him like some street druggie.
And then he became someone else. He had a bit of a temper. He wasn't happy about
I just want to say, guys, everyone's got a temper if they're pushed. Everyone.
things. He'd get on stage and sometimes forget the lyrics. And things were starting to change, and we were all...
Well, I do agree. Right at the end, when he was sick and he was over-medicated, these were problems, yeah. But say that he was sick. Priscilla Bulow, say he was sick.
concerned about, what was happening. But I think he was getting very bored many times on doing the same thing.
The world felt that it owned Elvis.
Yes.
And
Priscilla's version of it.
whenever he died, it was this event that everybody was mourning. But how difficult was it for you and Lisa Marie to find the personal space to grieve as a family?
So before we go on to that, remember, Priscilla has a set of questions, but it's the same, I don't know, it could be 20, 30, 40 questions. And she has a set of responses. They're always very similar. Oh, he took pills. He was bored. He met me when we were 14. Get it? Colonel Tom Parker this. And we've heard it all before, guys. She's just, it's like winding up a mechanical monkey. And then as the key unwinds, she plays a game, guys.
Very, very difficult. I mean, we were at Graceland. I stayed there at Graceland for quite a few days. The fans came from all over the world. And, what a loss. I mean, that was the real realization of, my gosh, I mean, he was so beloved, and they were crying. And
Guys, listen to her voice. She's tipsy. She's drunk, guys.
the loss of him to the world was unbelievable.
but yet nothing compared to what you guys are going through.
Yes, we were going through the loss big time.
Even though she was in bed with another bloke, oh, we were going through the loss. She hadn't been with him for over 4 years. She hadn't lived with Elvis for over 4 years. Lisa was living with a different man. Of course, Lisa absolutely adored her father.
I decided to take Lisa on a trip. We went to Europe. I had to get her away from it. I had to get her
There's a
because
lovely picture of her in the book there,
yeah,
actually, yeah.
yeah.
So there's mixed views, guys. You know, I watched a video yesterday where the lady reviewing the book, no, the interview could have been, but thought it was the right thing to take her away. When obviously after Elvis died, to take Lisa Marie away. Maybe it was. I see it differently. I see that Lisa Marie was taken away from her natural habitat, from her family. Part of the other problem, I think, is that I wish that Lisa Marie was much more involved with the Presleys, closer to her real blood family, which could have been an amazing support system for her. So now, do I think Priscilla was distraught and gutted when Elvis died? No, I don't. I don't. She left him. She was multiply unfaithful. She ripped him off in the divorce settlements. She was with many other lovers. No, I don't think she. I know this sounds cold, guys, but I'm not falling for it. This is a game she plays, that she is the widow. She is the wife. She is heartbroken. That Elvis is the love of her life. I don't believe any of it. Now, Lisa, that's a different story. She was completely distraught and wrecked after losing her father and never got over it, ever.
It was on the news, it was on the radio, and every time we would turn the TV on, you know, it would be something about Elvis's passing, and I thought, you know, I have to get my daughter away from this. And not only that, they were talking about it at school. So that's when I said, okay, we're going to go to Europe and just get away from it all. And
this was all about Priscilla. Priscilla always puts Priscilla first. Priscilla loves traveling, loves fame and fortune. I'm telling you guys, her going abroad, going to Europe, had nothing to do with Lisa and nothing to do with Elvis dying. This was something Priscilla wanted. Just my opinion, guys.
which we did. And we had a really nice time. I was able to stay there about, I don't know how many, 11 days. And things had stopped, you know, there was no more like press in your face and coming around Graceland as well and around our home.
Well, after 11 days after Elvis died, what a load of bullshit.
And I'm happy that I did it. You know, sometimes as a mother, you try to figure out, is this the right thing to do?
I guarantee you, in those 11 days, she met a man. I will put money on it.
And, but she, you know, she told me, Mom, you did the right thing. I don't want you to worry.
I don't believe you. I think you're lying. I think you make things up. Your daughter's not here to challenge you.
And
But mothers do worry, don't they?
yes, we do. Yes, we do.
One of the things you mentioned in the book is when she married Michael Jackson.
Yes.
And
So I'm waiting for him to question her. He hasn't questioned her once. Now, of course, with any Priscilla Bulow interview, they have to have a little dig at Michael Jackson. I am a Michael Jackson fan. I'm not going to deny it, guys. But here we go. Let's have a little Michael Jackson. You're next on the hit list.
being a mother, you had your concerns about that.
Very much. I had concerns. Yes, I didn't like the idea.
Why was that?
Because I felt that Michael, I was using her. His
You know, she felt Michael was using her. Okay. Now, obviously, as a parent, we are wary of partners for our children when they're grown up. But if you read Lisa's book, she says it was one of the happiest times of her life. If you read Riley, what Riley has to say about Michael Jackson being at Netherlands, etc., one of the happiest times of their lives. So she will try and dismiss it. She then will go on to try and say that he wanted her because of who she was, because of her father being a Presley. We're talking about the most famous man in the world, wasn't he? Michael Jackson and Elvis were... Okay, Elvis was number one, but after that, Michael Jackson was super famous. he didn't need to be with Lisa Marie for attention or for fame.
Popularity was kind of going down. And then all of a sudden, now that they're together, it went up big time. So
You think it was a cynical
I
move?
do. And I told her.
And this was around the
Right, the dog's shh, shh, shh.
time of the allegations
That's
surrounding him.
That's right. And so, and he knew that. And he never came around me. He never wanted to come or visit or anything.
Yeah, but why though? I think he felt very uncomfortable around her. Seriously, Michael Jackson had pretty good instincts. She didn't like him. It's so obvious that she didn't like Michael Jackson.
So what does that say? It says a lot for a mother,
Yeah.
you know. So
It
but
says he says he knew you were going to tell the truth. Yeah.
Rubbish. Total rubbish. I'm still waiting for this interviewer to ask a decent question.
But Lisa actually came back to me and said, Mom, I get it. I understand.
Rubbish.
You know, she left him because he was never around. She never saw him hardly. So that said a lot to me as well.
Well, I'm not going to go into it. It was a complicated relationship. They split up, yeah. But what I do know is after they split up, they stayed very good friends.
You lost Lisa Marie very suddenly.
Yes.
I know that, you know, she lost Ben, her son, and that was devastating, obviously,
Devastating.
for her. And in a way, she never recovered from that.
No, she never recovered from it. That was her life.
So look, I'm guessing she's now going to go on to say that that she didn't want to be here. She wanted to be dead. She didn't want to be alive. And she's going to say it in front of her grandkids. Her grandkids have to watch this. Riley, Finley and Harper. I've already heard that Riley is not happy with how Priscilla is going around talking about different things that are in this book. This trashy book, yeah? Riley is just at the early stages now of saying, look, you need to hold your tongue a bit. I'm not happy with the things you're saying in front of me, in front of Finley and Harper. By the way, it's Finley and Harper's birthday today, so happy birthday, Finley and Harper. But come on, guys, don't be fooled. This is a game.
Ben was her life. She adored him. Lisa was, she was, when you saw her happy, you just get the biggest smile. But there was a burden that she had on her that she, I think it was from the family. It was.
Here we go. So now I haven't seen this bit. So this is a bit of a dig down. Oh, you know, it's in the blood. You know, they're naturally depressed. You know, the Presleys or whoever. This is a joke. If I think what she's going to say is going to be said, could you imagine how disrespectful this is to Elvis, to Lisa? What's coming now? To Gladys, to Vernon? Yeah. I've sort of seen something like this already. Let's see if she says what I think she's going to say.
It was in the family, depression.
You guys had
Oh, well done, Priscilla. Well done. I hope Riley and Finley and Harper are happy with that. Shame on you.
a night out shortly before Lisa Marie passed. It was at the Golden Globes.
Yes.
But even that night, you were worried
Go on.
about her, weren't you?
I was worried about her. I was worried about her. She just,
Sorry, guys. Dogs keep talking.
I could tell she wasn't herself. And I asked her, you know, is everything okay with you? She goes,
Hey.
yeah, everything's fine. I go, okay. And we started to walk out of the theater, and she goes, Mom, you want to go and get it, you know, go out and have a drink or something? And I said, sure, let's go. I'll go. And as we started walking, she goes, you know what, Mom? I'm not feeling really good. My stomach is really hurting me. Do you mind if I go home? And I go, no, not at all if you don't feel good. Because sometimes she would have issues with her stomach. So I said, you go, call me when you get there. So she goes, okay, Mom. And then, you know, we kissed and I hugged, and then she got in the car and she, you know, waved goodbye, and I waved goodbye to her. Little did I know that would be the last time that I would see her alive. The next day, I get the call.
You get the call and she's in the hospital. And
She's in the hospital. This is like 11 in the morning. I go to the hospital right away, and she's there, and she's obviously not well. And I just stayed with her. The doctor gave her an injection to just, calm herself down. So I stayed with her, gosh, till 5 o'clock. And she was not doing well at that time. And actually, she had passed.
Sorry, guys, I had to answer the door. I know this is a very serious moment, guys, but the story, I know that you guys are telling me in the comments, the story keeps changing. The story keeps changing. This period, the fans, the Elvis fans, are very concerned. Yeah, we love Lisa Marie. We miss Lisa Marie. And obviously, Bridget Cruz has some very scary allegations in her lawsuit against Priscilla. Just this whole bit is very, very upsetting.
I can tell how hard this is, Priscilla, and in life we're meant to bury our parents. We're not meant to say goodbye to our children. After everything you've been through, anybody watching this tonight sees how strong you are and that you still are moving forward with your life. There are lots of things in this book about loss, but there's lots of things in it about joy as well. And I know that one of the things that brings you joy is your grandchildren.
Yes.
You love hanging out with them too,
I
don't
do.
you?
And my son too.
I mean, that bit there is tough to watch. I know I come across very cold and tough, guys, and hard on Priscilla, but guys, look what Elvis and Lisa have gone through. Look at what's been happening in the last 50 years. There's some serious damage being done by this lady. Yeah, it's tough. That little section there where we talk about the loss of poor Lisa Marie, who died so young. But this woman, Priscilla, can go on worldwide TV and say, my daughter wanted to be dead in front of her children. Riley, Finley and Harper. It's heartbreaking. Yeah. Even she's bringing up problems with addiction concerning Elvis, concerning her own daughter, Lisa. And then she has a go at Michael Jackson and other people as well. At 80 years old, you think she would just give it a rest. 80 years old, and this is still going on. The drive to sell books, to make more money, to be in the spotlight. It doesn't add up. This woman should be grieving. This woman who lost her daughter and grandson. She's going around the world as if nothing has changed. Yes, you'll see a moment here of almost coming to tears, which is touching and heartbreaking. Yeah. But then you see everything else. There's something not right here. I do think she's had a few drinks here. I do think she's a bit tipsy. All of it. It's pretty tough, guys. I always see the victim as being Lisa and Elvis. Foremost Lisa, actually. Because she's the one that was torn away from her father to live with a stranger and then was thrown away to Scientology and summer camps. She had to follow her mum's lifestyle around. Her mum, who loved traveling, loved men, loved money, fame, spotlight, wanted to be in movies, TV, and modeling, promoting products, all at the expense of Lisa, who just had to go along with it and many times just be abandoned and left with either a boyfriend or people that were just taking care of her. Yeah. At least we have the nice thoughts that Lisa would go to her father whilst he was alive and spend the summers with him. At least he had joint custody and they did get to spend some quality time together. Even though when Priscilla decided she was out and she wanted money and fame and men, the biggest victim was Lisa Marie.
Oh, I am proud of him. I truly am. He's been through a lot too, and we've been able to get through it. And now he travels with me, and he's there for me, and I'm also there for him. So whatever he does or wants to do, I'm for it. He's very talented.
We're talking about Elvis's legacy. What do you think your legacy is for you and your family?
Oh gosh,
See what he's about to do there. What is the legacy for you and your family? So he is talking about to Priscilla as if the legacy of Elvis, whether it be the Smiths or the Presleys. Remember, Riley's called Riley Q, yeah? Is in the hands of Priscilla, who is a divorcee who had one child with Elvis, who divorced Elvis before he died, years before he died. And it's like, give me the answer to the Presleys when she is an ex. She's outside. Madness. She is treated, Priscilla is treated like Elvis Presley. Wherever she goes, she is treated as if they were still married when he died. She is treated as if she is the reason that Elvis is remembered, that there's a museum, that Graceland exists. She is treated as if she is Elvis. It's bullshit. All of it is bullshit, and it makes no sense. And Elvis would be spinning in his grave knowing that Priscilla became the front person on behalf of Elvis. How did that happen? A woman that left him years before he died, was multiply unfaithful to him, ripped him off in divorce settlements, had then maneuvered herself into a position of fronting everything Elvis, and has been treated like Elvis for 50 years. It's shocking. Shocking. And then there is a trail of damage in the last 50 years that this woman has done. Well, I keep saying woman. I don't mean woman. I mean person. This person has done damage again and again and again and again and again to Elvis, to Lisa Marie, and now even to Riley. And she takes money out of the pocket of the twins, Finley and Harper. And it's their birthday today. Shocking. All of it's shocking, guys.
You know, just that I've been true to myself. I've been able to pick out the things that I want to do and don't want to do. I feel in charge of myself. So that, you know, gives me strength.
You sure have been true to yourself.
Yeah.
And it's all in here. We're delighted that you've taken the time to come to see us tonight.
Well, thank you for asking me. I really appreciate being here.
No, we've really enjoyed your company. Give it up one more time. Priscilla Presley. Priscilla's book, Softly As I Leave, is available in bookshops nationwide.
And she will be treated like she is Elvis wherever she goes. She will be applauded as she walks in, applauded as she leaves. Wherever she walks, the paparazzi will chase her down the road. And all because she was once married to Elvis 4 years before he died. They had one child. Their marriage was very brief. Don't be fooled, guys. They got married in 67. By 68, she was unfaithful. By 71, she was having a secret affair behind Elvis's back. Yes, Elvis was also no angel. Yeah, I won't whitewash Elvis. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The world is being tricked and conned. The world needs to wake up. So, guys, put it in the comments. Do you think she was a bit drunk in this? I do think she was. But I think she was Elvis's worst nightmare come true. The best thing that came from her is lovely Lisa Marie, who at the hands of Priscilla, I think, went through hell. Went through hell. Thanks, guys. Love you all. You're the best. Take care.